Welcome to Nerd Alert, everyone. I am excited to have you all back watching at home. For this week of shows, we have a return guest, a favorite of mine, and a favorite of yours. I do read the comments, audience. Her name is Meredith Placko. Meredith is the host of the Marvel Movie News Show on the Popcorn Talk Network. She also works for geek.com as a writer. She writes many articles, some of which we might be talking about today. Just saying. And you're also just a host and model freelance on your own as well.
I do things.
She does
I do lots of things.
Like as opposed to me, I do this thing.
I love your thing.
We're going to talk about our very first story right now. It is an announcement that just came out. Far Cry Primal.
Suwan Brasta. Snowing. Ninja instead.
All right. Well, I'm of two minds of this personally. But Meredith, what do you think so far?
Well, so I've never played a Far Cry before, and now I think I'm going to, because this seems actually really fun, because I love prehistoric era. I love the idea that I can tackle a woolly mammoth and devour it.
And just like
just eat it. But I'm like, the guys at the end, I'm like, they kind of felt like the guys from Borderlands a little bit.
Like the psychos?
The psychos. I got really excited for a second.
The thing about Far Cry is it's always been a human conflict.
Yeah.
Like there's like a charismatic kind of jerk, homicidal maniac at the center of things. That's happened for at least the last two. So when I first saw this, I thought, wait, is this Far Cry? Whose village am I going to infiltrate? You know?
Yeah.
And I think towards the end, it is leaning toward human-human conflict. I think that's the secondary, or at least you reach second after the animal killing conflict.
Well, I mean, like any good FPS, you need external forces that, aren't just the main bad guys. So you have to worry about these woolly mammoths. You're going to have to worry about the saber-toothed tigers. Maybe giant sloths. Who knows?
They're very slow.
Some of those, yeah. Maybe you can ride one. But I don't know, I'm pretty excited because it's just a little different, and it might be one of those weird off years in a series of games, which Far Cry has many.
Well, I thought at first this would be like Blood Dragon, which was, an addition. It was a kind of a reskin. And this does look like a reskin of Far Cry 4 to me, which I do have as a criticism, is the mammoths are elephants, the wolves are wolves, the big cats are big cats, That's what it felt like to me, but this will be a full-fledged game of a $60 price as opposed to $15 add-on. It'll be out February 23rd and in March for the PC. So my thing was, this looks pretty innovative and cool, but my other problem was, I'm not sure if it's too far or not far enough, because it does seem kind of close to Far Cry 4, at least from what I've seen so far, which is admittedly very little. But on the other hand, is it really Far Cry if I'm doing this elemental survival game? Because it kind of, there have been several games that have come out and have been shown off at E3 last year that are reminiscent of this. And we also have Ark Survival Evolved, which is a huge game on Steam.
Yeah, which I was actually just going to bring up how so many of the games that came out from E3 definitely have this pseudo-prehistoric, if not prehistoric sci-fi feel. Yeah. And it seems to be like that's the big thing this season. We're just going to capitalize on the past and I don't know.
There's trends. There's trends that come and go. But I was sitting there thinking, is this Far Cry still? Because I want that human conflict. We did see that, though, a little at the end. So I hope that there's a charismatic, prehistoric man who I can have mixed feelings about and then eventually kill, because that'll be Far Cry to me. Maybe.
Do you think you can club him to death?
I think you have to club him to death. See, the thing also, the part I find intriguing about this is in Far Cry games, you're always under attack. You're always on the defense. But eventually, like in the last game, you kind of there's a point where you become a killing machine. And I don't know if that'll happen at this point because we have low tech. Mm-hmm. So it would be bows and arrows and clubs and axes, and there wouldn't be any radar, I would hope. Please no radar. And then no crazy weapons, you know, that are just like insane things stuck together. It'd be like a club with a pointy rock, maybe, is your insane weapon. That could be fun. I mean, if they embrace that, I think it'd be a really interesting element to be added.
Well, we'll
I don't want it to be a thing where it's just suddenly like, it's a M. Night Shyamalan twist, and here's a box of guns, and where'd they come from? And there was a rocket launcher, and one of those helicopter vehicles from the last game. It has a word, but I forgot what that word is. I'm sure you'll tell me all about it. Audience, tell me about that, and also what you think of Far Cry Primal so far. Is it too far? Is it not far enough? Is it just right baby bear size? Let us know below in the comments, and please subscribe for more.